Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. We're closing up the week. God, it's Sunday, and this lovely thing we call daylight savings. Yay! Um, we're closing up the week with Game 3 here in the round 2, the winners bracket of the Skyward Sword any percent tournament between Jasnix and Exto. Joined on comms today by Floha and Your Average Link. How are you two doing?
Well, actually, I am already in the new week, so yeah.
Yeah, but
Starting out the new week strong with an SS game, not SSR.
You also don't have to deal
Yeah.
with daylight savings time for 2 weeks, so I don't want to hear it from you.
Yeah. Today I woke up at like 7 something, which I think is a victory. Like I never let daylight savings rob me of an hour of quality time. So who cares if I'm slightly tired? It's
All right, I will hand this over to you two, and we will get this started here shortly.
All right. Yeah. Jasnix versus Exto, two very good runners. I don't know their PBs offhand, but they both have good
Jasnix,
times.
according to his splits is 111.14 and Exto's is I think 112 something.
Yeah,
But
both,
Exto can probably do better. Like he's only been doing so many runs of this. Like
I
know at one point his
Exo
summer best
started
was, like-
learning like 2 weeks before the tournament or something like that.
I don't know. We pressured him into starting to stream again, and it just eventually happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he has the potential to do pretty well. In game 1, Jasnix had some trouble with key seed, and then Exto was able to hold on to the lead for the rest of it. He was actually behind for a while because he missed cutscene skip, but yeah, brought it back, and then Jasnix just maintained a steady lead throughout much of game 2, and now we're back in game 3 and we're starting.
All right, let's go. Yeah, for those of you who have never seen a Skyward Sword speedrun, you're gonna be in for a ride.
Yeah,
For those of you who have seen one already, yeah,
in fact,
you
if you've
you
seen
know
a
what
speedrun,
you're expecting.
if you've seen a speedrun of this game in like the past 2.5 years, the first like 15 minutes have been the same. But then after that, it's been different for like the past few months. So yeah, talking to Fledge,
I mean,
he has a secret.
past few months, that's also like been, I don't know, almost like that was, I don't know.
G3 Escape was found like,
Yeah, it was found in like summer, I think.
yeah, it was in July.
July.
Isn't
Yeah,
that before I had
that's
to
like
go take a
3/4
flight, so
years.
I can so I spent like the entire flight labbing it out, see how bad it was, and eventually we found setup, so that was good.
All right, yeah. Let's see both runners here on the JP version. Some very
Save
good
a
haste skip.
significant amount of time on text. Not as much as you used to, but it's about 2 minutes faster than English.
Gotta love this sync.
Which is normally optional. However, this Remlet knows how to skip the entirety of Farron, so we're gonna listen.
Yeah. Only the Remlet knows, though. No, wait, that's not Alan. What's his name again?
His name is Horwell.
Horwell, yeah.
Alan
Horwell
is
does
the guy
not.
with white hair.
Yeah.
And you saw them do like this weird little jump. Basically, there's a trigger that you're supposed to get that prevents you from like running away from him. Or like prevents you from skipping what he has to say, but you can just jump past it. Although it's notoriously difficult, and most people just don't bother practicing it because you can reset, and then you start doing races with it, and it's just really bad. We call it getting Hayed because whenever you fail it, he has this voice line that's like, "Hey." Anyway, now we're dying.
Yeah, this is a killing pose.
And it's gonna be a common theme, but
it's the most famous pose in any Zelda game.
yeah,
I
unfortunately,
don't know.
like if this game were like TP, you could do bit so much faster in a lot of places. But unfortunately, you can't do it with voiding out in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, we die. Now we're back in time. Hooray! Yeah, back in time. Get used to it. We're gonna see it a while longer. Yeah, we're basically playing on the title screen. And that allows for some very fun shenanigans. Alright,
Yeah.
so starting right here, we're gonna be abusing a respawn trigger. So that we're actually spawning behind the gate because we currently have no way of opening the gate back in time itself.
Yeah, if you wait like 45-ish minutes, that same void is going to be useful again. See, this speedrun, like Shadow pointed out last time I commentated with them, but this speedrun is basically Chekhov's gun, like just personified everywhere. Everything we do, there's a reason.
Okay, that is a very interesting explanation.
I mean, well, not the most in-depth that it could have been, but it's just, you know.
Alright, and now we're gonna do something very fun. You know,
Fun.
you might have realized we are normally not supposed to be here. Normally, we'd only be here for like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, so
But
when you activate back in time, you are, if you notice, like when you're on the title screen, it has like Skyloft in the background. That's an actual map. Like you're actually on Skyloft, but you're on like a special state of Skyloft where the graphics are all bloomy. And notably for our case, the goddess statue is open. And so what we're doing here is we're like placing the emerald tablet in back in time and then starting our file before it finishes such that the emerald tablet gets placed like on our file for real. And that's what's called reverse bit magic.
yeah. What our runners also did previously, they have saved their file in back in time, which basically puts their game on the map in back in time, which yeah means we're like on this open map. Technically, it's a layer, but I won't go too much into depth of what a layer is exactly. And yeah, we're now on this open map basically, or we were on this open map, and yeah, can basically go right into the statue as well.
Suffice to say, if layers weren't a concern, we could like the trick at the very end of the run, you could skip like pretty much all of it if there weren't a specific layer for Gorge.
Yeah,
We'll get
layers
to that
are certainly fun.
They've been like the bane of glitch hunting existence for forever.
Yeah.
Oops, Jasnix,
Oh.
missing the stamina fruit, giving Exto time to catch up. Yeah, you might notice just a few general movement things. The runners will, when possible, like use their stamina up nearly all the way, but then only refill it to a quarter, because the last quarter of the stamina wheel depletes half as fast. However, it'll restore at the same rate, so you essentially get twice as much for the same value if you just reuse it over and over again.
Did we already talk about that we're playing on hero mode?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
hero
not,
mode basically it lets us skip cutscenes.
Yeah, and it's
which
also
is
necessary for the last trick in this run and like some cutscenes. Soft lock if you're unable to skip them. It's just, and you take double damage, which is helpful for back in time. It's just,
and you've got the upgraded Skyward Strike.
yeah, upgraded Skyward Strike helps. Although, come to think of it, outside of like Girahim, we don't even we use Skyward Strikes like once, and it's for Machi RVM.
Hey, that's good enough as any.
I guess it's more than 0 times.
Yeah.
Oh, vines. Yeah, we wouldn't even be able to do that. But you won't be like you can't do the normal mode speedrun without items anyway. Maybe you could. I'm sure somebody would come up with an itemless normal mode route, but
Normal game Skyward Strike for G3. Oh my god. Would that even be possible?
well, you wouldn't be able to do the stun lock. You'd have to do it the old-fashioned.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when it comes up, but basically the goddess sword that we got a few minutes ago is the only weapon we're gonna pick up, and one of the only items that at all.
Practice on G3. How about no?
How about no?
Alright. Right now we're gonna be watching this cutscene, and then we're gonna be immediately quitting out of the game. And we're gonna be copying our file over. File setup in this run is also very important.
Yeah, like you might have noticed at the start that we had a blank file on file 3, and that's actually important. Well, also more curiously is the what's it called? The hero mode file on file 2. We're gonna see that used in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ends up to do a deathless run. Yeah, unfortunately, avoiding dying is very slow.
Yeah.
It's funny, there are a few ways to do back in time without dying. Well, actually, no, there's one way, and that's using Scrapper's death in the Scrapper Escort. But yeah, I suppose a deathless run would just be like basically no bit, but you do something interesting during the Scrapper Escort. And then you do G3 escape because you don't have to die for that. Well, and the imprisonment, but I consider that to be a death because you get the game over screen.
Don't you also get the game over screen for Scrapper?
No, you just like fade out. That would be really harsh if you got a game over screen every time Scrapper got annoyed.
I mean, it's Scrapper.
I
don't expect anything else from the game.
You're going to see this. Well, you're going to see this once again for real, and then like a bunch of times back in time. Like this. Basically, everything we've been doing on Scallop is to make sure we can get this state into back in time.
All right, coming up right here, we've got Loftwing ceremony skip. All right, Jasnix gets it.
And Exto.
And Exto as well. Very good.
So, there's 2 frames after that save prompt for which you have control over Link, and if you side hop during one of those 2 frames, you can just avoid a cutscene trigger that's normally there. If you miss it, you have to reload file 3 and die with a barrel to do back in time, because for some reason you can't do back in time in the waterfall cave. Anyway, it loses about 40 seconds, so it's always nice to get. But yeah, next trick is what's called Sky Reverse Bit Warp. But first what we're doing is, you'll notice they interacted with the statue while opening the splash screen. that basically copied a lot of the data from file 3 onto file 2. Such that when they go over to the sky, they'll warp into the sky, and they'll warp into the sky, but with the data of file 3, so that they can enter a special state of the sky. I've said sky way too many times, but the point is, now we're gonna get this phi trigger here, which loads in the fact that we can dive off of our lock wing, which is going to be paramount in the future.
Yeah, and now we do the thing we can do best.
Yeah. So we're dying with this Gwei here, just because. Again,
Oh,
this is a copy of file. Ooh, Exto's having some trouble.
Exto
But
missing
anyway,
the
this is a copy of
second
file
Y.
3, and file 3 is
Ooh, Exto.
for the
Okay, there we
Lofting
go.
tutorial. So by
Yeah,
dying, we can
Exto.
just get back to the Lofting tutorial, which is where we want to be, because we want to get to Farron. Or more accurately, no, sorry, we want to save our Loftwing. Because this file is not the same one that saved the Loftwing, so that's why we're saving it twice.
Yeah, and very important, if you remember, we got the 5 prompt already, which allows us to jump off of our loft wing. And, well, take a look on Jasnix's screen on the right hand side. You can see that we can now jump off of our loft wing.
Yeah. So this is something you're obviously not supposed to be able to do, and obviously you don't normally have the Farron pillar open. But basically we're just going to escape this tutorial and enter Farron for the first time.
Alright, making sure we get some good damage on the way down.
Yeah, this is good, so that we can do back in time a lot more quickly once we actually get into Farron, because the alternative is just like taking fall damage a billion times. And by a billion I mean 3. But considering that you have to like run back up the spiral to get your 3rd point of damage, it matters a lot. But yeah, it looks like that surface split was good for Jasnix. Exto unfortunately lost a decent amount of time to the Gwei.
Yeah. Oh wow. All right. Yeah, and once we're in Farron, we do the thing we can once again do best. Dying.
You're gonna milk that Joe dry, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's not all about death. Some of it is actually playing the game.
Oh really?
Yeah, you're gonna have to trust me on that one.
All right. Guess we're gonna be playing the game again, as well today.
Yeah, not right now. Right now we're doing things. So remember, on Skyloft, we did a bunch of peculiar things, like we saved the Remlet, we talked to Fledge, we entered Rinna's house. Those are all gonna come into play once we get into Farron and back in time. And actually, just this general idea of accessing back in time off of Skyloft was like one of the biggest breaks for this game. Because it originally let us find Song of the Hero skip, it gave Water Basin skip, it now lets us do item lists, it does a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, you might have noticed Exto's attempt at this trick was quite a bit laggier than Jasnix's. Jasnix plays on 4:3 aspect ratio, because for some reason that just gets rid of pretty much all lag. And this route has quite a few laggy parts. But Exto is playing on 16:9, so he's not seeing those benefits.
Alright, so yeah. Jasnix now in Farron in Back in Time. And now we're gonna make use of the fact that we have talked to Flash in the beginning. Because this applied a flag to our file, which we can now use through bit magic. We can use flags that we set on our file in Back in Time. A scene flag to be specific, and these scene flags are share the same memory in different stages, but they do different things.
Yeah, it's like I like the analogy that Hato had for this, where it's like, imagine these scene flags like all know a set of 128 people with the same names. However, those people are obviously different people. So like, let's say that talking to Fledge is Steve on Skyloft, and there's somebody named Steve in Seal Grounds that's at log being down. In Back in Time, we're essentially telling the Seal Grounds that, hey, Steve said hi, and then the game's like, oh, okay, I know who Steve is, so I'll put down the log for you. Yeah, that's basically what's happening.
Okay, that is a very, very interesting analogy. I gotta memorize that. Who came up with that?
Tato.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't think there's a single map that actually knows 128 different people, but there are 128 spaces for it, because there's like 16 hex digits, of which there are 8 bits to the byte. So like, for example, I'm pretty sure the Fledge flag we call 5x80, because it's the most significant bit in the like 5 register. I'm definitely explaining that wrong, but the basic idea is that. But yeah, so we died with File 1 because File 1 entered and exited Rena's house, which is the flag for... which is the person who's named this vine in Farron Woods. I can't keep coming up with different names. Anyway, point is, when we originally entered, I don't think this vine existed, but when we die with File 1, we reload so it's on the correct layer. And we can spawn the vine in. And now when reselecting File 1 and File 3, we're doing weird stuff that makes sure the remnant flag person is telling the member of Farron Woods that's the same thing as opening up that door to Skyview. And then we perform a reverse bit warp by starting our file and skipping the cutscene.
Yeah, let's just call the vine flag Dave. Dave is a good name.
We've now teleported like halfway into Skyview.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, we are in Skyview, and yeah, we need to reload the room once because we're in this weird, only semi-loaded room. Yeah, we do that by basically going into that other room, and we need to defeat the Staldra to like get out again.
Yeah, if you're wondering why it's this location in Skyview specifically, earlier in the last Back in Time sequence, we saved our file at the Upper Academy statue, and so when we did the reverse bit warp, we essentially entered Skyview with those coordinates, and those coordinates happened to be in that part of Skyview. And in fact, that genre of trick where we take the coordinates from Upper Academy into Skyview is like one of the oldest tricks in this game. I mean, I didn't run that long ago, but I think Floha did. You just did a regular bit warp in Skyview and you just skip the entire thing.
Yeah.
Now, those speedruns still had to get the beetle for later stuff. But in this run, not only are we not going to get the beetle, but we physically can't. So for some reason, getting the slingshot is also what triggers your ability to pick up B-wheel items, and if you try to get a B-wheel item without that, your game will soft lock.
Yeah, the game is game that makes sure that you won't skip anything. The game is very solid, unfortunately.
If that weren't an issue, we'd probably just get the bombs from Earth Tempo. But Jasnix has the random muscle memory and picked up the 20 rupees in the chest.
Let's go. Well, that gives Exto some time to catch up in here.
Hey, he
Did they
technically-
both agree on getting this chest or what?
He did. Oh, okay.
Did they both agree on
See,
getting
what I think
that
probably
chest?
happened is I think they're in a voice call right now, and so
Oh,
what
that
might have happened
might
is
be.
Jasnix got it on accident. Then he told Exto, and then Exto got it as well
I don't know, maybe.
for the memes.
The memes. Nope. Alright, how many darts are we expecting today?
I'm gonna say 3 for Jasnix, 2 for Exto.
I'm gonna say 4 for Jasnix and 3 for Exto.
It looks like I might have overestimated. Oh, there's 1.
One. There's 1 for Exto.
2 for Jasnix. Okay, only 2 for Jasnix.
2 for Exto.
Okay, it looks like I might have had them swapped. We'll see if Exo gets another one.
3 for Exto. Four for Exto. Yeah, okay. 2 and 4. Oh well. Exo, unfortunately, with the 4 darts. And, yeah.
Very clean sky view from both of our runners.
Yeah, definitely. Also, welcome in, Firework.
Hello. I am the backup comms while EL has to step away.
Yeah. Didn't even notice. I mean, Jarl and Firework basically sound the same. No difference. I didn't even notice myself if I wouldn't have looked at Discord.
Yeah, we like to keep things moving along very smoothly, just like our 2 runners here,
Yeah.
who both now have the Emerald Tablet, which is our way of getting to Elden.
Yeah, also very important is that we're actually saving in here.
Okay, so we're about to do another reverse bit warp like we did earlier in the run. Except this time we don't want any coordinates, so that's why we save after the cutscene.
Yeah,
You can
because...
just enter like normal.
yeah. Saving at prompts is has the nice advantage that it doesn't apply any coordinates, and that we're basically just using the entrance as we're using it in back in time.
So you guys may have noticed that we just walked a tree. That is actually very important. That opens up the gates here with some bit magic.
Yeah. Before we can, however, get to Elden, we need to make sure that we actually set the ruby pillar, the ruby tablet, to get the Elden pillar.
So we're going to get access to Elden, but we're also going to be getting the tunic, which is required for exactly 1 instance of back in time at the very end of the run.
Yeah, practically, we're getting another prompt in here.
So now this is where things could change in Exto's favor. We saw this a little bit in actually in both games. I think in game 1 more specifically, I think Jasnix had a little trouble in Elden. Elden is definitely where runs can like make or break. There are a couple of difficult strategies and a couple of RNG dependent things that can go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with Earth Temple, you know, Earth Temple is always a dreaded part for every runner. It's not abbreviated ET for nothing.
What always gets me is the fact that the only reason why we go through Elden and through Farron for that matter is just so we can get to Lanayru.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a way to get to Lanayru without having to go to Elden, we would not go to Elden at all. Ooh.
Oh, also Jasnix missed
just
pillar.
Trying to do a reverse bit warp, looks like. That's definitely going to
Okay, how can
some
he
time
back
off.
this up?
I think he can back it up just by diving. I think that should be fine. Or no, he's just. Oh wait, yeah, no, he can't do that without having to. I'm trying to think of how he could have. Technically, he could have. No, because he's on file too. Yeah, no, there's nothing he could have done. He literally would just have to just do what he did and just die again. That's unfortunate. He didn't get to. He didn't get to Farron, did he?
Yeah, I think he missed the dive. I saw him void out, and I think then he.
Yeah,
I think he's advanced attacks too far already. And yeah, then he basically had to reset.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, let's see. Exto getting the nice zip boost in here.
Yeah, as I said, Elden is definitely where runs can make or break.
Yeah, we're not even in Elden yet.
Yeah, we now have Exto taking a slight lead over Jasnix now.
Yeah, alright, and now we're actually in Elden, and yeah, we're gonna be having some out of bounds climbing action in here. The movement in here is also semi-precise, because if you don't know where you're going, it's very easy to just fall into the lava here.
Yeah, the devs were very generous by giving us all this collision, but it is a little janky at times.
Yeah. A little janky is a good way of saying it.
But that was pretty flawless execution from Exto over there, getting the hop up no problem.
All right, going into the last stretch in here. There's the side flip. And yeah, now basically all you need to do is get into Earth Temple.
Yep. But usually you would have to go and get the digging mitts and find 5 pieces of a key, but we really don't have time for that. We're on a tight time schedule here. So thankfully there's a very convenient RBM we can do right on Skyloft. I think this is actually the first instance of reverse spit magic that we've done.
Yeah,
so far.
this is probably it's definitely one of the very first, and
At least one of the first notable ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we do technically do the pillars. We do fair and pillar, but this is the first instance of a scene flag RBM.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Jasnix missing the smoke. He's going to play safe here now. And
this is very bad.
Yeah, this is a position that you do not want to be in. Ooh, almost. Like, the no step-up movement, but he gets it. Now he's gotta play safely, get this side.
Yeah, he needs to make sure that he's not getting any fall damage from the side hob.
Or just fall damage getting to the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, looking good.
Alright, yep, he's got it.
Alright, good. Alright, Exto in Earth Temple.
Yeah, we kind of glazed over what Exo exactly did, but he pushed a gravestone in Skyloft, which is the same thing as inserting the key and opening the door to the Earth Temple.
Alright, and now we're coming up on Keyseat.
Yes, it has been found that with a very precise angle, you can cut
that
a rope.
Keys does not want to cooperate. This one looking good though. Yep.
Third try.
Alright.
Because usually you would need either the bow or like a beetle or something to hit that with, and we just do not have that.
Oh. Alright, and now we somehow need to get over this bridge. Luckily, there is another convenient RBM that we can do.
Well, I wouldn't really call it convenient. It's actually kind of bothersome. But for this, we have to talk to an NPC in the Night Academy. The only problem is that most things in the Night Academy don't give us... All of our files in the Night Academy don't give us what we want. So we are not allowed to exit the splash screen for this RBM.
Yeah.
We don't want any data loading.
Yeah. Something to say about this right here is there are actually 2 RBMs you could do because
That is true. You could also do the gravestone as well the second time.
Yeah, because there's basically 2 flags attached to this bridge. We can raise it either from the left or from the right side. Don't ask me which one is which. I think this one is the right side, the one we're doing.
Yes, this one is the left side, then right side.
Alright, Jasnix also third try with the key seed. Alright, there's the bridge. Nothing happened, but you hear the jingle. Or you don't, because the sound is not an Exto stream.
Well, you see the cutscene. The cutscene alone is validation.
Yeah. And now the bridge is there. Yeah. Important part in here is that we need to reload the map basically to trigger the change in the actor. Technically, we would have needed to do the same with the Earth Temple door as well. However, the loading zone extends past the door, which is why we basically get sucked into Earth Temple there. WingClash is the name of this tournament.
Yep, all the 3D Zelda communities have been doing similar name tournaments, like Moon Crash for Majora's Mask, Wave Crash for Wind Waker, Lava Dash for Twilight Princess Goron Mines, I believe, and
Wolf Dash for the TP any percent ones.
And yeah, so WingClash is Skyward Swords for any percent.
Alright, and now Exo is running away from Scaldera. The spicy meatball.
He's not spicy just yet.
I guess he's currently just a meatball.
It's currently just rock. Yes, also D.
D. I am still not convinced that this is a D.
It's a lowercase d. Like, I see it.
We didn't H. Oh no. We need to tell the runners to reset.
It's an invalid run.
Chat failed. Alright, and yeah, now we have to fight Scaldera. However, you might have noticed... Wait a moment. We don't even have any items. How are we gonna defeat Scaldera? Well, luckily, as the game has it, there are bomb flowers right here during this boss fight. And we can use them to kill Scaldera with. And also to kill ourselves with. But we won't be doing that just yet. We actually won't be doing that at all. We just want to damage ourselves down. Ooh. That is not a tricycle for Exto. Alright. Missed the last hit. Happens. Let's see if Jasnix gets the tricycle.
Very nice monologue from Giran.
Yeah.
Very dramatic. Honestly, it's scenes like this that made me wish that Skyward Sword had voice acting. Alright, hopefully Jasnix doesn't make Scaldera swim in lava.
That would be preferable.
At this point, Jasnix does have some ground to make up.
Oh. That's not good.
That's not gonna make up that ground.
So, also not getting the damage in there. Alright, Jasnix technically gets the tricycle. He gets the tricycle. He however missed that one bomb, unfortunately. But I think this is good enough for a tricycle. If I can, give me a sec. Where do I have it? Here. Tricycle. Where's the tricycle? I have too many bookmarks. There we go. You know, until I found it, it's not even relevant anymore. Till I found the GIF. But anyway, there you go. There's the tricycle.
I can just hear like the little squeak in there. Okay, so now our Exo is gonna be heading into Laneru, which he RBM'd onto file 1. And Nehru is where really like the meat of the run is, I like to say. Like everything that we've done up into the run so far is just to get to Laneru.
Yeah. Neighbor is where the meat is, even though the spicy meatball was an Earth Temple.
Yes.
And we once again have some conveniently placed bombs here that we can quickly kill ourselves with.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have access to bombs anymore. Unfortunately.
And yeah, you might remember the Elden Out of Bounds, where we had a lot of out of bounds collision. Well, you might see something similar right now. Yeah, because here we've got Lanayru out of bounds, where we've got a lot of out of bounds collision as well.
Yeah, once again, the devs were very generous with their out of bounds collision. At least, as you'll see soon, they're not so generous. Their generosity does have its limits.
Yeah.
And you'll see that at some point later on. Yeah, right now, our Exto and soon Jasnix will be running to Lanayru Caves and then to Lanayru Gorge. It's honestly kind of funny. In older routes of Skyward Sword, Lanayru was barely even touched. We would literally just skip all of Lanayru and like not even worry about it. But ever since like 2.5 years ago, when early boss rush was discovered, Lanayru has been the most important part of the entire route.
Yeah.
Like, essentially, early boss rush, well, the boss rush in general, is a mini game that you can play where you are thrown into a gauntlet where you can fight up to all 12 bosses. I say 12 when there really is just 11 in the horde fight, but the game still counts as a boss somehow.
Yeah.
And
I guess they needed something to fill the menu.
They want to recreate the fight as close to what the original was as possible. So in order to do that, it messes with the game's flags a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. But now we found out that instead of just, messing with the flags to make it feel like the actual boss fight, we learned that it actually puts you in the actual boss fight.
Yeah, we're not gonna pretend anymore that we're in the actual boss fight. We'll go in the actual boss fight. And conveniently into one that is right before the very end.
And in addition to, not only is it the very end, there is also a statue there that we can get to by manipulating platforms and save our progress, and what I like to call escape the simulation.
Escape this that's a good name. Alright, but before we get there, there's something we need to do. We need to heal the Thunder Dragon. Or well,
Yes.
first off, we need to make him spawn.
Yeah, so for that we're gonna be doing 3 instances of reverse bit magic and a bit warp. Make it all work. This first one that Exto just performed very cleanly, I might add, except for the Deku Babas, was blowing up a rock, not the rock he just blew up, but another rock that is off screen. Skipping the requirement for having bombs or the hook beetle. which we definitely don't have time for. And then the next one is going to be one that puts us into a minecart escort state, where the game recognizes that we are currently escorting a minecart, which usually we wouldn't be able to, but the game's like, okay.
Yeah, the game's like, yeah, okay, you legitimately got this minecart. You legitimately escorted this minecart so far. Which we didn't quite do as legitimately as the game thinks we did.
Yeah, usually you would need the beetle, you would need hook claw shots.
You'd need
some other things
the whip.
Too. Yeah, the whip. I am so glad that the minecart's not in rando. Thank you for not putting the minecart in rando.
I mean, it would be... I don't even know. It doesn't even give you any check. And, yeah. It's kind of fun, though, doing it, but... it can also be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, you can... it's definitely, an endgame section, alright. Alright, and now we're gonna be talking to our good friend Machi, whom we actually have never seen before. We're seeing Machi for the first time. That is why we're getting this cutscene in here. Makes sense, right? Well, not quite, but yeah. All right. Once again, we need to commit what we just did. We need to commit the scene flag change, and yeah, now we can. Now we can make the bit warp. We're doing the bit warp to basically get the minecart back on track.
Yes.
Because the game thinks that we're doing the minecart escort right now, but we're currently not really near the minecart at all.
Yeah,
So,
there are a couple of different like checkpoints where the minecart can like be at if you were to respawn or die or something, or if you're to void out. Thankfully, the last of those points is just within a distance where we can do a bit warp and reach.
yeah. Once again, we're making use of out of bounds collision, but this is where the devs unfortunately stopped being generous.
Yeah, you're gonna see that there's a ledge right next to Link on Exto's side, and it just keeps getting shorter and shorter. It's almost to the point where we're gonna be able to jump up and just hop up there, but then the devs decide to stop getting collision. just
Yeah.
at the point where we couldn't just hop up normally. So now we have to do this very weird jump where we have to angle perfectly, which Exto did first try.
Yeah, very nice.
It was very nice. And jump off at just the right angle where we can just grab onto the ledge and pull ourselves up. It's actually a lot harder than Exto made it look.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was the jump. And now we get to reach this last checkpoint here. And yep, the minecart is right there next to us, meaning that we didn't launch it correctly. And you see where Exto is skyward striking. There used to be a rock there that now is gone. That was the RBM that we did before. Yeah, this is a waiting game. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the run because this is just where we can see our runners just goof off. Because there's literally nothing that our runners can do except for just waiting. So it's quite interesting to see who does what.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest downtime in a run you get.
The rock is the same flag as the first bird statue being activated. That cutscene that we watched behind the temple. Now is the 1 RBM where we needed that we needed the tunic for.
Alright, Jasnix also getting jank jump now.
Alright, so now Exto will be doing the last back in time segment of the run.
Yeah, now we've basically spawned the Thunder Dragon. Well, he would spawn if we were to activate the time shift stone, but what we need to do now is we need to heal the Thunder Dragon.
Yep, and this is gonna look a lot like the Skyview RBW that we did at the very beginning of the run. It's the same thing, except we're using a couple different flags to get to Skyview. And then we're RBMing the cutscene of the doors opening to file 1, which will heal the Thunder Dragon. Oh, Jasnix, don't scare me like that. Jasnix, no.
It doesn't even save you any time.
It doesn't. Like, voiding out here is the single most avoidable time loss. Yet
Yeah.
some runners can and will void out here.
Yeah, you basically just need to wait, because the minecart needs time to come here anyways.
Yeah, if you were to void out, then you would have to just reset the waiting period.
Yeah. Oh, Jasnix forgot to,
Forgot to prick.
forgot to get pricked. Cactus was already too destroyed to get pricked at.
No, I think he had iframes.
How dad.
So I'm still getting a game over to load the vine to get into Deep Woods. I find it interesting that that's like the only flag that you need to die for back in time in this run.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Like, I would think that just entering Fair and Woods with File 1 would be enough, but I guess not. You have to cause a map reload with File 1 to get on the right layer. Suppose.
Alright, now we're doing some warp shenanigans here again. And
We're
yeah.
doing warp shenanigans, we're just doing RBM.
Yeah, I mean warping
Exto
in back in time, basically, like.
Got a text from Phi, meaning that we've succeeded in doing the RBM.
Very good.
One of the few instances where you get instant gratification.
And now he's ready to fight. Or, well, not to fight just yet. To escape Gira M3.
Yep.
Yeah, because practically this fight takes place on the exact same map as the original Gira M3 fight.
Yeah.
We can, however, only access this Gira M3 fight if we are in hero mode, because you can only challenge bosses you've defeated before. On hero mode, however, you can directly select all bosses.
Yeah. And I'll return.
Welcome back.
Probably told this story a few times, but basically, I found this on accident. Well, okay, I was trying to find this genre of trick, but not in this way. So I noticed, like, you'll notice what we're doing is we're knocking him off and we're waiting for him to get back up. What I was trying to do is, like, slip past the void plane in case it, like, went straight from being low to high when he was getting up. But, like, in the process, when I accidentally landed on the platform, I saw, like, the Y value not decreasing. So, yeah, point is, if you repeat this process a few times, not only are we pushing the platforms down, but normally there's a void plane to prevent you from falling down to the ground. But it's relative to the position of the lower platform. So if we move the lower platform down, we also move the void plane down below the ground, and so we can land on the ground safely. And so we just jump down to here where the last bird statue is.
And now we just save and quit.
And by doing that, we have escaped the simulation.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we reload, the game just completely forgets about the minigame flag, and now we're in the real boss fight. However, we're also still at the save statue, and we need to get out.
Yeah, the only thing is that there is like an invisible box around the bird statue. So we have to clip back into bounds by just squeezing ourselves between two pieces of collision and sliding up. And then defying the laws of physics with a very niche wall angle and hop net.
Yeah, and now we just need to go back to Girahim.
That fence hop there we've actually known about for like over a year, but it hasn't been useful because there's been no, like, there's an invisible wall blocking the statue from here. And so we didn't have a way of actually doing anything useful with this trick. But the fence hop comes back to save a ton of time, because if we couldn't do it, we'd have to, like, bit warp steel grounds from here and then jump down. Doing another back in time is slow, so...
And now we basically void it out again, and then we get this weird we get this weird
Yeah,
like
eventually we get
G3
so
is
high.
on
We get
this.
so high up the spiral that we hit the original void plane. And the way that this fight is programmed, the game will like place Girahim's platform wherever you void out, just to make sure you aren't like infinitely voiding or whatever. And as a result,
Sorry.
we you also notice that we knocked Girahim off above the fence, because if you knock him like
Either onto the
onto the
ground or on
ground
the
and you
fence.
fatal blow him, it crashes the game. So, yeah.
Jasnix having
Very
some
clean.
trouble with the bot slide.
Very clean escape for Exto. And now, so at this point in the game, you're supposed to have the True Master Sword. We do not. We have the Goddess Sword, which is significantly weaker. It does only 1/4 the damage. So for this first phase, we have to hit him 26 times. And it just so happens that there is a stun lock that does... Or sorry, we have to hit him 28 times, and it happens that there's a stun lock that does 14 hits. And so if you do it perfectly, you only have to do the stun lock twice.
Oh no,
I think
Exto.
Exto messed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, we got past phase 1, that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Phase 2.
By phase 2, it's pretty much a victory lap. It just takes a little while. You just gotta stab him a few times.
8 times to be exact.
Strike and stab.
Oh, Monk of stamina. Thankfully,
it's fine.
Girahim
Girahim is
just
nice.
sits around.
Yeah.
Yeah. How nice of him to just wait until we've
he's
regained our
exhausted
stamina
now.
back.
He's exhausted holding that broken sword.
Yeah, that probably takes a lot of stamina from him as well. Alright, there we go. And now it is time for Exo to fight Demise.
Yeah, so Demise takes the same damage regardless of which sword you have, so this is more or less the same fight that you would see like in like a normal playthrough, but your sword is slightly shorter, so you have to
Normal speedrun. Like, this isn't a normal speedrun.
well, I mean, like, all dungeons fights this with the Master Sword. Restricted it has True Master Sword, Hondo has True Master Sword. Really, Anderson is the odd one out. Just because it's the standard category doesn't mean it's necessarily not.
This could be PB for Exo, couldn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh damn.
And
Oh,
I didn't know if we mentioned, but the winner of this match faces me next, and if this is the kind of consistency you have to go up against, it's going to be pretty rough. But
and GG's. Exo finishing with a time of 1:11:47. GG's. I'm gonna guess they're both coming in here at the same time. So let us wait for Jasnix to finish.
yeah, Jasnix is
Yeah,
quite
Exo
fast.
is.
Yeah. Alright, that is G3 done. And now now only Demise is left. Yeah.
And we have
Oh.
Exto joining us. GG.
There's Exo. GG.
Hello. GG. Thank you.
Is that a new PB?
Yes, that was a PB by 40 seconds.
Oh, damn.
Congratulations.
And
That's pretty big.
it still was slow. Pepe hands.
Great. If this is the matchup I have next.
But yeah, you know, Jasnix,
But hey, you can save a free 5 seconds in Skyview by not getting the checks.
It was completely unplanned. We both just happened to do that. No. But yeah, this race pretty much just came down to Jasnix messing up that one fair and dive.
Jasnix. Yeah, finishing with a time of 1:13:46 or 49 according to race time.
And we have Jasnix waiting to join us.
Come on, Cubs. Do your job.
Come on, Cubs.
Alright, well, he'll be here in a minute. Yeah, that was our last race was
there he
really
is.
close. There he is.
There we go.
GG's.
GG's.
GG Jasnix.
Whoa, you idiot! You have the power to pull this in too, and you know it.
Wait, what?
Really?
That's news to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that fair and dive, huh?
Yeah, that was that's how it be sometimes.
That's how it be. We figured the fair and dive is about a 2-minute time loss. And lo and behold, it was a 2-minute and 2-second difference between us.
Yeah, that was a very close race, all things considered.
I will actually say that was technically a 46, but I did not have my live splits connected to race time, and I missed the done button. So.
I just realized I bet on Jasnix. Dang it!
Sorry, I'm very sorry, Firework.
Lost my
Oh, I
point.
bet on Exto. Let's go.
Damn, I didn't bet.
Bet 8,192 points.
I should have bet on tie.
Tie? Oh,
Yes.
my goodness. Is
Hey,
that
it's happened once in this tournament before.
That's crazy.
Ty would have just been like increasing the payout for whoever won.
Yeah, we had our last race was extremely close. And then this race, you know, if it wasn't for that Farron pillar, I think this would have been even closer.
Yeah.
This would have been a very closer. I do have to ask though, why'd y'all decide to end with 20 rupees? Or
It was Jasnix's idea.
Because I was running through Waterfall Cave, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I got one of these rupee chests? But I realized that it was kind of too late, so I was like, alright, what's another 20 rupee chest? And then the one in Skyview worked out. So. I don't know. That was fun.
Darn.
Loses a solid like 10 seconds apparently. Who knew?
Congratulations, Exto. You now have a new PB that has 20 rupees.
Yes.
3 times
25 and back in time.
That's like,
Oh my.
depending on how you want to handle your indeterminate forms, that you could consider that infinitely more rupees than a lot of other people's PBs.
Infinitely times as many.
I
You
mean,
know,
anything
just
times
20
0
more.
is still 0.
Aha. Spicy topics. Yeah, I don't think I have too much to say about this run. It was decent.
This basically came down to just one mistake, unfortunately, but oh well.
Yeah, with runners like you guys who have played through this game and got very respectable times, like it really just kind of comes down to that one moment, like the keys in game 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, sometimes things just happen and outcomes get overturned.
Yeah,
That's why
it
there's
just do be like that sometimes.
I don't think that this is definitely the last time we're going to see Jasnix, though. I mean, obviously,
both you guys
Jasnix
are
very
still
Now
in the
it's gonna be
tournament.
at least one more.
Both guys are still in the tournament. Nobody's out yet. You also got matches to play, so definitely look forward to seeing those.
Yeah, I believe Exto gets to play
Yes.
Jasnix 08 Invitation Pending gets to play against our Mobby, so...
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah, why are you invitation pending when
I
you
haven't logged
organize the
your own
tournament?
tournament.
You organize the tournament and you're still in by pending.
Invitation pending.
Also, it's not Jasnix 08, it's Jasnix 08.
Oh, true, yeah, because I had an old account that got lost, so...
You should have called your account Jasnix oh wait, like the words oh and wait.
Oh wait. But yeah. Yeah, that is basically it for today. Don't think there are any other matches currently scheduled. Unless I'm mistaken.
No, nothing. Yeah. There was a chance at another game 3, but Andy took care of that earlier.
Unbelievable.
I know,
Yeah.
right? GG, both of you. Well done. Eventually we'll have more races. There's a losers bracket. There are multiple losers brackets that haven't even started yet, so hopefully we'll start to see those
Yeah.
trickle on through here soon. Yeah, that's going to be it on ZSR today, but keep an eye on the schedule going forward. Thank you. If you aren't following our runners, please, by all means, go follow Jazz and Exto. Fix that error right now. And our comms today, Floha, Yal, and Firework, thank you all. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the night?
I'm glad I was finally able to catch a match, because usually all of these matches are at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. for me during the week.
Yeah, well, like this these next few weeks are like prime time for you since North America is 1 hour closer than normal.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I can catch another one.
I just realized that I'm glad I healed up to 4.5 because I got hit by Girihim 3.
Oh yeah. Also, why do you? I mean, well, Jasnix ended up going for the whole 9 yards, but why? Is there any point to doing the prick trick if you're just gonna heal anyway?
Yeah, it's fast.
You
save
can-
yourself one sit.
Yeah, you save yourself
Well,
one
but
healing.
the whole like good thing about doing the prick trick is that you save like the 3 seconds it takes before you start sitting. So I feel like the time it takes, like it's only 1 extra second to get the extra health later, and you probably lose more than that pricking yourself before dying because you can't prepare a Skyward Strike.
Don't know. It seems fast.
It's
Feels good.
minuscule.
It's a style choice.
It's a lifestyle. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand because ever since I used Prick Trick, I haven't done safety health. But probably gonna come and bite me.
GG, Jasnix.
All right. That will be it for us tonight. Until next time, everybody stay safe out there. We hope to see you back here soon. Have a good night.
Bye.